Hello everyone and welcome back to Capacity TV. I'm Amber Jackson, I'm a senior reporter with Capacity, and today I'm joined by Benny Bastians, CCO at Deutsche Telekom IoT. Benny, lovely to see you.
Amber, good to see you.
Can you talk a little bit about what you offer to your customers? Not technically, but what do you enable?
Right, well, thank you for the question. I think we always describe it in a very technical way. So let me try this. Imagine it's a Sunday morning, it's a hot summer day, and you're about to pack your family for a road trip to your parents' house. Sounds good, right? So it's hot outside, so you want to double check on your smartwatch to turn on the air conditioner in your car already before you get into the car. So by the time you get there, it's cooled down and it's comfortable for you and your family. Once you get to your parents' house, the little ones would go straight to the garden, right? The little ones go play in the garden, and you will see the garden being taken care of the robotic lawnmower because the parents don't need to take care of that anymore, and that robotic lawnmower is of course connected to the network, otherwise it doesn't work. And also I will even take this a step further. If, let's say, your dad has a heart condition and has a pacemaker, it would monitor your dad's health and would call for help if needed. And that all happens seamlessly in the background, and that all would not work without connectivity. And that, of course, must work on a global scale, and that's exactly what we do in Deutsche Telekom IoT.
Fantastic, and thanks for the real-life analogies as well. I think sometimes get a bit bogged down with the technical jargon, so always appreciated. Can we talk a little bit about IoT? I know that's your
let's get into the weeds.
Why is IoT connectivity no longer a commodity, but rather a board-level priority for enterprises?
So when you have a connected product in the market, your product is a revenue-generating asset for you. And you need to make sure that this revenue-generating asset does what it's supposed to do, and also this piece of product, whatever it might be, could be a tractor, could be that lawnmower, could be a pacemaker. You want to make sure that your customers have a good customer experience with that, right? So you end up looking at a very important component that goes into your product that makes the difference whether your product fails or is very successful. And I think this is reason enough for board level members to look at this, not just as a commodity, but actually as something that makes a difference, again, whether the product fails or not.
And where do global enterprises feel the trade-off between simplicity and quality in real-world deployments?
So when we talk about global deployments of IoT connectivity, typically we start with roaming. Everybody is very familiar with roaming. You have a SIM card that's home in one country and it would roam anywhere in the world. And 80% of IoT use cases typically start in a roaming scenario. And roaming works great until it doesn't. And there will be situations where localization makes sense, but localization at the same time from a connectivity perspective introduces also some complexity. You have to deal with local operators, you have to oftentimes onboard and integrate another connectivity management platform. So what we do for customers is that we sit down together with them and define in which scenarios IoT roaming is the perfect answer, and when it makes sense to localize because it's a quality decision or a regulatory driven decision, or it could also be that in a certain market you need local service management. So this is what I think the journey should be when customers start with a global deployment. They should look at what accelerates really fast, and then take it from there together with a strong partner, and to see what you need to do in order to also localize and increase the quality, if you will.
And can you elaborate on how Deutsche Telekom eliminates that compromise, especially when it comes to local profiles versus roaming?
So as Deutsche Telekom, obviously we are well suited in the MNO community worldwide. We have fantastic relationships, and I think this is a really good position to sit down with the customers and define for each market to see, where do they need which level of service, and also what level of technology within our IoT connectivity stack. So basically what we would do is we would solution based on their requirements and decide the right way. And the right way can change along the way, because even if you start with roaming, you might end up seeing the need to localize in a certain country. And we're here to do that for our customers on the back of our connectivity management platform, almost without any friction, really just as a commercial addendum, if you will.
And what does doing IoT right at scale look like when you're managing tens of hundreds of thousands of devices across different regions?
So I think at scale, you need to make sure that you automate. The moment you have manual tasks along your deployment, you lose a lot of your scalability and you lose a lot of efficiency. So I think our customers should automate as much as they can. We help them through our platform by zero-touch provisioning, by policies that we set on SIM cards through our platform, so that each device exactly behaves the way it should without any manual intervention.
And obviously you're, solving very important connectivity challenges for your customers. I'm sure it doesn't stop there.
Yeah.
What is it your customers require beyond connectivity, and what exactly can your customers expect from you moving forward?
So connectivity really is a starting point. And so when customers engage with us closer and we understand what's the challenges that we can solve for them and what's their pain points on the market, oftentimes we find pieces in our portfolio, but also in our partners' portfolio, that we can deliver as a value add on top of our connectivity. I will give you one example. We work very closely with a company called Swift Navigation. They offer a precise positioning service, a GNSS correction service, basically, and it allows objects to be precisely located with an accuracy of down to 2 centimeters. Which is very important in a business of autonomous driving. It's very important in robotic, especially again that lawnmower that needs to precisely know where it is. So those are services that we can enable for our customers on the back of our managed connectivity.
And Benny, we'll end with a slightly more fun question. If you had to convince a CEO in one sentence why IoT is a board level topic, what are you going to say?
One sentence for a sales guy is always difficult. I'll try. If your product goes offline, your revenue will go offline.
That's a pretty good tagline. Benny, thank you so much for your time. It's a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you, Amber.
And thank you to everyone watching.